Yes, summer of 2020. You can't come fast enough, summer of 2020. Because in the summer of 2020, dude, we're going to get Ghostbusters 3. Finally. Are we going to get the one we want, though? Or are we going to, what are we going to get? It's coming out 2020, Ghostbusters 3, but also finally, these are two of the most searched things from in my over the last 20 years. I would say over the last 20 years, I have periodically Googled Bill and Ted 3 and Ghostbusters 3. And I also would Google a little bit of new Star Trek when Star Trek was dead for 5 or 6 years or whatever it was. And, we ended up getting the Star Trek. We ended up getting Ghostbusters, but it wasn't Ghostbusters. God, let's never talk of that again. But also, finally, we are going to get, hopefully, Ghostbusters done right and Bill and Ted Episode 3, or the third movie. Now, this had been off and on for years. The speculation was off and on. Then a real announcement came about 3 years ago, and then a super real announcement 2 years ago, or a year and a half ago it was, and then they just kind of went silent for a while again, and now they've come out with a video saying that it is now really happening and it will be out 2020, and they're filming. So finally, man, I mean, we honestly, based on what we thought we would get Bill and Ted in 2015. Then we thought we'd get it in 2017. And then we definitely thought that this year would be coming out, but now it's going to be next year. But at least it's actually really happening this next year. So Bill and Ted 3, Ghostbusters 3. Ghostbusters 3 we don't know about. There's a whole lot of rumors about probably a connection to Egon in the story, or a family member of Egon. And perhaps the other Ghostbusters having to sort of teach kids or younger people how to use the proton packs. I don't know. I think they're going for a sort of Stranger Things meets Ghostbusters. And I'm not joking. I really think that that's what they're going for as far as that goes. And I'm sorry, my camera's not on. This is audio only. But whatever. I just want to talk about it real quick. And Keanu Reeves back. Bill and Ted, I think it was called, God, what the hell was the name of it? Oh my God, I've lost it now. Bill and Ted, Face the Music or something like that. Bill and Ted 3. That's right, Face the Music. We talked about that, and, we said that, one thing that would be cool is people initially want to see Rufus in this movie, right? Because there's so much audio of George Carlin. If somebody were to sit down for a couple weeks, I'm convinced, that, and I think everybody else is, that they could digitally project George Carlin, even just for a Stan Lee moment. That'd be really cool. They're in the museum in the future or something like that, and there's Carlin and he's saying something either from another movie or whatever. So some kind of cameo of George Carlin would be nice. I would assume his widow and family would be okay with that. It should be pretty cool. And they've said that, this is Bill and Ted. Originally, what we heard was this was what if Bill and Ted didn't succeed? What if all this awesome stuff that was supposed to happen, they were supposed to make the world perfect in the future and everything, what if it hadn't happened yet? So in the first movie, they see the future kind of, especially in the second one. And in the future, everything does seem like it's way more blissful and everything is great, all because of them. And the music and the songs that they were supposed to write and everything. But this movie, I guess, is about it still hasn't happened. They've got kids, all these things, but it still hasn't happened yet, right? But you would assume it's still going to happen because I thought we did see that future where it already had happened. So I'm a little confused about that as far as what the directors are saying, but I'm very optimistic and hopeful for this movie. I mean, If at least one of these movies is really good, then, I mean, we're going to have a pretty damn good summer of 2020. The summer of 2020 is shaping up to be kind of possibly a very fun one, a very entertaining one. There's a whole bunch of other stuff happening, too. And I believe, if you're somebody who hates or loves Star Wars, The Star Wars Episode 9, that could be either... That could be... I mean, does anyone care at this point after that last one? Because, I mean, after that last one, I mean, are things ruined? Star Trek is ruined in a way, you know? I mean, all the stuff from our childhood's ruined. Those Ninja Turtles movies were just, I thought, ridiculously stupid. And everything is just really ruined. And it's not like, oh, you're so old now and you hate everything. No, that's not what it is. The original Ninja Turtles movies are better than these new ones. I mean, come on. Hopefully we'll be lucky, and because Bill and Ted is such a sort of a weird cult classic, it's so much of a lesser film than Ghostbusters that hopefully it will still remain in the same way and vein as it was, only because it's not so big that a Hollywood studio wants to abduct it, you know, and rape and pillage it. You know, so hopefully Bill and Ted, you know, because the directors are still these cool same guys, and Keanu Reeves is Keanu Reeves, that this movie will still remain true. And if it's as good or just close to as good as the first two, I'll be happy. I mean, I can't believe it would be better than the first couple movies. I mean, it's hard to be better than classics and nostalgia. Like, you just can't beat nostalgia. If you see something in 1988 that's like awesome and you spend the rest of your life kind of always loving it and watching it, if a new version of it or an updated episode or a new episode of it comes out, man, it's really hard to be better because you're competing with nostalgia is one of the biggest things. But anyway, 2020, man, dude, I'm ready. I'm ready, man. I'm already fired up. If these movies suck, then all hope is lost. If these movies don't do well, then you've got a bad Star Wars movie. Then you've got bad Ninja Turtles movies. Star Trek is a mess because they can only make Star Trek 70% like previous Star Treks because of the weird deal between Paramount and CBS and all these, like, it's so confusing. So even when the new Captain Picard comes out, Captain Picard is going to have to be at least 30% different than Captain Picard we knew because of the copyright. I mean, it's just such a weird situation, and that's going to lend itself to being annoying, I believe. So just not childhoods being ruined, but just stuff we love. I'm so sick of that. Our childhood's being ruined. No, our childhood isn't being ruined. Our childhood was fine. These movies are being ruined. Because if you'd seen these movies when you were 7, you would have said, this sucks. So it's not even that. Because when we were kids, there were older people that liked the movies. When we were children, 20-year-olds liked the movies. When we were children, 30-year-olds liked the movies. But now these movies come out, and everybody from mostly, even from kids to 80-year-olds go, oh, that was not very good. So childhoods aren't ruined. The movies just are terrible. And that's all there is to it. So 2020, Bill and Ted, and Ghostbusters 3. I can't wait. What do you guys think? Leave it in the comments down below. I'll try to answer in the follow-up video. When we get a little bit more information, we'll make a video more on this. Then I'll try to respond to some of the comments. Hope you guys like and subscribe and share the video and all that other crap that everybody says at the end of these damn videos. But you should really subscribe to me because right now I have rope and I'm going to tie it around a lamb's neck. Okay? No, I'm just kidding. All right, I'll see you in the next video. Bye. Hey, is the Orville on tonight? Or is that Star Trek? Whatever. Who cares?